Hey everyone, this is Vernon Ross, host of the Social Strategy Podcast, and I'm bringing you a little tutorial on how to promote your podcast with the Spreaker player. The Spreaker player is actually pretty amazing, and it's something that I don't think a lot of you are taking advantage of, and it's something that you should be using if you want to promote your podcast and actually make it easy for your visitors to promote and share your podcast across multiple networks. There's a lot of features built into it. Some of the things that I've just seen people not take advantage of, and I've been really excited about the fact that it's there and I can take advantage of it. So I'm going to walk you through this right now in this quick tutorial video to show you exactly how to share and how to best optimize your episode for sharing. So if, like me, and you're currently not hosting your actual podcast on Spreaker, then all of your information is not going to be there. So when the RSS feed pulls your episode in, you may have to go in and actually enter your artwork. So I'm going to walk you through that entire process so you can see exactly what it is that you're doing. So basically what happens is when you go out to an episode, if you were to click on share right now, you have all these options, but you also have this widget. Right now, it's currently going to share my image because that's the show image that I want. But let's just say I want a custom image for that. The player actually gives you the ability to have a custom image for each episode, which I think is pretty amazing. So if you're clicking on an episode, what you'll see that there's no image right there. It's the current episode, but I don't have an image. If you go back to the previous episode, you'll see that I actually do have an image and then I can share it. So let's go back to the current episode and we're going to put the image in there. And I'm just going to click on it so that it loads it. I'm going to click on upload image. And in this area right here is where you do all the stuff at. So my current title has been imported in. If I tell this to update the URL, as you can see, this URL is a little longer than Spreaker allows for. So as long as I don't click update URL, I'm fine. I don't have to change anything. You can choose your show if you don't currently have your show down. But this is what I want to do. I want to go ahead. I'm going to put upload. I'm going to go to my guest assets for all the people that I've interviewed. I'm going to find this guest. Going to take this, pop his picture in there. It's going to upload it really quickly. I get to tell it the borders of where I want this picture image to go in there. I'm going to put the leads or what I have in here for his tags. So he's an inbound marketing expert. Put marketing. And these are separate. You can have up to 5 leads and sales, if I can spell it correctly. The description's already pre-filled in there from the podcast. I go back and take out any extra spaces that are in there. You can mark whether or not you want this to be private or explicit. And these are basically just the basic options. This automatic share is really powerful. I'm going to show you guys that in a sec. But for right now, I just want to show you really about the player. I'll probably show you the automatic share in another video. So now we've got all of the information there. If I go back here and I actually go back to this episode, now this player is actually there, or this picture is actually there. You can see that it's there. You can click on promote for paid ads if you want to do that. But what I'm talking about today is actually sharing your episodes with the Spreaker player. So if you click on share just here on the Spreaker website, you have a choice to share on Facebook. You share it yourself, Google Plus, or Twitter. Or you can copy and paste this link if you're going to put it in an email or an instant message or something like that. But what I'm excited about is the standard widget and the mini widget because it's what's basically on the Spreaker website, but it's in a very nice looking player that you can embed on your website. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to leave it on the current episode. You can have it play automatically, but if you don't want your user to hear audio as soon as they start or as soon as they land on your site, it's probably not a good idea to have it play automatically unless you want to do that. It's really up to you. You can choose, where you want it to go, the width. If you don't want it at 100%, you can say 70%. With, and it's actually going to dynamically change that. The only problem is that it removes the guest picture, and I actually really want that in my image that I'm going to put on the website. So I'm going to leave all of this basically the same. All you have to do is copy this iframe. So I'm going to hit Control C to copy this iframe for the standard widget. And then I'm going to go back over here to my post. I'm going to log into my blog on this particular post. And I'm just going to, since the PowerPress player is right here, I'm just going to create a space. So I'm going to go over to the text editor. And I'm going to save it here. I prefer to do it like that. It just makes it easier. That way when you go back over to the visual representation of the blog, you see your player is right there. I'm going to go ahead. I'm doing this live, so I'm going to click Update, and then I'm going to go to the actual post. So now you see that the Spreaker player is actually loaded right beneath my Simple Podcast Press player, and it's here. It's on my website, and it's live. The user can now, the visitor to my website can go in here and they can choose wherever they want to start this episode. I have timestamps on my episodes, but that's not through the Spreaker player. But the wonderful part is here, they click on share, and it's automatically, if you click share to Twitter, it's going to go out and it's going to share this to Twitter. And it's going to tell the people to listen. It pre-populates a tweet. You can go in here and tweak this however you want it to look. It puts a hashtag for Spreaker. It talks about the entire episode. You can do that. It does the same thing for Facebook and for Google+. When you share it on Facebook, it actually takes a big play button that encourages people to go in and actually click on play. This is wonderful because when you put this on Facebook, and I'm going to actually share it now, and I'm going to share it to my actual page, and you click on share link, it's going to share it out there on your page, and it's going to look like that. That's going to encourage people to actually use it. So I'll just go ahead, go out to facebook.com right now and go to my page so you guys can actually see what this looks like. So you're going to see this now. It's right out here on the page. It has the link to it. You click on play, it's going to take them right to your Spreaker page, which is amazing. It's pulling them right back to Spreaker to play your episode. The other amazing part about this player and about the Spreaker player with sharing, you do this to Google+, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you want to share it. If someone wants to comment and they click on the comment in the actual player that's on your site, they get taken right back to the Spreaker player that's out on Spreaker.com. But they can also play the episode from right here and then just fast forward. It's just an amazing player. It's really simple, and it's a simple, easy way that is a better quality looking player than the one that is currently on your website. If you're using PowerPress, this is much more interactive. And what I've seen from using this player is that it encourages people to actually share the episode because they can see what it is. They see the person's face right there, even though they may be going to your blog post for your podcast. They may see the person's artwork right there on the screen. To me, this encouraged people to actually start playing the episode anytime that I embed this on my website. And you can choose whichever player you want. So whether or not you want to share it with the standard widget or the mini one, it's just really a preference. This one's nice and sleek and small, so that if you want to share this and have this widget show up underneath another player or in a different section. So say for instance, I didn't want this here. I can get rid of that. Go to my blog post somewhere else. Maybe I want it to play underneath the more tag or right before some of his awesome insights. All I have to do is paste that iframe. I can go back here. I can see exactly where it's going to come up. And if I want to put another little space there, I can. And now when I update this blog post, it's going to put that player in a new spot, and it's the smaller player. And now I have the smaller player on the actual, podcast episode. So here, let's refresh this. Take a look. You're going to see the other player is still there. Well, actually, it's not because I deleted it. So you see that player is gone, and now you just see the Simple Podcast Press player here. But now you also see this smaller player, which fits in right underneath here. So if they didn't start playing your episode from your site here, now they can go down here and actually start playing the episode and continue to share it. They like it right here. You're going to see this like show up on Spreaker, and then they can continue to share it. It's just an amazing player. I hope you guys take advantage of it. This has been Vernon Ross with the Social Strategy Podcast. Let me know what you think in the comments. Click on the player and leave a comment, or actually just on the blog post, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I hope that this one serves you, and I'll see you guys in the next post.